Episode number 60. You know what we're here for. Another breakdown. An album breakdown. Pardon me, Mom. She's an English teacher. An album breakdown. You know what I mean? So yeah, we about to break down the album that I picked. And as y'all know, if you've been sticking with the stickiest and you've been glued to the tube, you know that's All Feelings Aside. All Feelings Aside is my 2015 release. Solo release. And we about to get into it.
Short story official, so you know it's official.
The album cover for this project was created by Short Story Official. The idea for this was me pushing all feelings to the side, me pushing all feelings away. So as you see my arms out, you know, like Goro or something, and you can see me pushing the feelings away. So that's what this project was about. Some of the feelings that are on this project cover are not titles of the song, but, you know, all feelings aside, all of them, even the ones I didn't mention. This is a project that I definitely want to do a part 2 to. So I might. I don't know. We'll see. So All Feelings Aside was released towards the end of 2015. I did a long promo run with it. I think this was the first time that I actually did a promo run where I had merchandise with the promo run. Like t-shirts, hats, all kind of stuff, posters, all of that. So this is my first real push with a project. And I can't call it an album again, I call it a project because it wasn't all original beats, though I do have quite a few original beats, and I shout out the producers as we get to those songs. But this is just something that I wanted to experiment with, especially with the concept and the titles. So coming off of Versatile, which, you know, that was heavily constructed on the conceptual side, and then Peace and Love, which was a total different direction, but I still managed to mesh that together with Peace and Love. With All Feelings Aside, I wanted to do something different, playing with the feelings. So now each title of the track correlates with the title of the project. Each one is a feeling. Well, the title song actually for this project was recorded 5-6 years before. I know I had this around the time I was running around with First Class. So this original record was old, like extremely old. And I constructed the album pretty much around that.
You cop Snoop shit, you putting money in CA. You cop Luda shit, you putting money in GA. You cop Meat Mills and you putting money in PA. But you won't grit shit for free, only in VA. But if we ain't eating
Now, even though the title track, the intro track, which is All Feelings Aside, even though it was 5 or 6 years old, it was still relevant at the time that I released it. And I still feel like if you don't like my music, you probably won't like me. You know, my music is me. If you don't like the message that I'm giving out in my music, you probably won't like me. It's hard for me to swallow my pride. If I stand on something, I stand on it. And, you know, things of that nature. It also was talking about, you know, the fake love that was being displayed on the local music scene. People doing the same things over and over. I mean, people would, you know, live off of one song for 5 and 6 years. Things of that nature. Now, I understand pushing the single. I dig that. I get that. So I don't want to say I regret it, but I somewhat see the immaturity in my thinking and my way of thinking back then. Like, you have to do a new song every time you come out, because some people won't catch the first song that you did. So I dig it, but, you know, it just kind of got overwhelming to me to go into a room and you know what song you're gonna hear from somebody 3 and 4 years in and out. And that's the thing that I was talking about. You know, it's anything you're doing now, you did it last year. Be like, no new sound, no new nothing. And I was kind of fed up. So that's what All Feelings Aside was like. Put your feelings to the side, because I'm about to speak how I feel. If we're not eating together, I don't even want to speak. And that was my mindset. So when it came down to this project, I had been in Sweden and I received ample amount of fake love. I know it was fake. I know a lot of people wanted to ride my coattail because they thought something bigger was going to pop than what actually did. And I'm also, at this time, I felt like this song was perfect because, like I said, it was already written. I knew what it was. I knew what it stood for. And it was, once again, how I was feeling at the time. I had just came back from Sweden 1 month, went back again for 2 months, was scheduled to go out there again, and then I got in some legal troubles, which I could not leave. So I was just beyond frustrated. And this is one of the records I felt like perfectly described how I was feeling. So that's why I laid the album off, or the project off, for this.
The hatred is taking its toll. These niggas is dying from envy. Dying from envy. Hate on me, 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 hate on me. Niggas just fake anyway, so I'd rather you keep them away from me.
Though I did not have a video for any song on this project, the second single that I released was Envy, featuring Peso Dollar. And this record was pretty much about envy, what it says. When I was in Sweden, I felt like a lot of people was just showing fake love. I've always been able to just feel and read the energy. You know, I'm not saying I'm perfect with it, but I felt a lot of people falling back because they felt like I didn't deserve that position, or maybe they deserved it. And then I felt like a lot of people latching on because they felt like it was something that I was going to do to put them in a better position. And at this time, the only 3 people I was focused on was myself, Twice Blessed, and Mo Cheddar when it comes down to the music. Because those were the 3 members of Bars, which was the brand that I was pushing at the time. I really wasn't worried about helping nobody else. I share your music and stuff like that, but when it really comes down to plugging people in, those are the ones that I was trying to plug in first. I mean, when Jay go out, he plugging Beans and Bleak first. He not, reaching all the way over to find what Jadakiss and Fabulous doing. So that was my mindset. Now, I would never block or knock anybody. So a lot of connections got made. Somebody that was affiliated with an artist from the Bars movement made some connections out there too. I did not block or hinder that. So, that's just how I move. But at this time, I just felt like it was time to focus on my team and myself. And I felt a lot of envy. I really did. When walking to the club, certain people that used to speak, you could feel that. You could feel it in the handshake. Shout out to F.Low. He said that one time on one of his records on the record Bad Vibe. Energy don't match your vibe and your dap's off, man. So I just knew what time it was. And I wrote this the second time I was in Sweden. The vibe and the energy that I was feeling was after me coming back the first time from Sweden. So I wrote this while I was out there. And then when I came back, I asked Peso to hop on it.
Despite your progress, when you come from the streets I'm from, hatred is the only thing that you seem to receive enough.
Hate on me. Oh, why they have to hate on me? I don't understand why they just hate on me.
Next record is called Hate, which features Mo Cheddar and Misunderstood. Misunderstood is on the record called There For You on Peace and Love. That's where we met and we got our chemistry and we started bonding. She's on I think we got like 3 or 4 records together. But she's an incredible artist. She's an incredible singer. And, we made some great music. I slid Mo Cheddar on this because, once again, I want to show light to him. He had a project that was coming out next, so I felt like this was a good look to get him on this project with me coming back from Sweden and eyes and ears are on me. Let him get a piece too. Plus, we was running around together. I think we even lived together at this time of point. So, it was kind of overdue for him to be on one of my projects and not just songs. We had songs, but now he's on one of my projects. Now, I wrote this record plain and simple because I always felt like I got hated on. And the envy part came when I went to Sweden because I felt like people wanted to be in that position that I was in. The hate part, I just felt like I always got hated on because, point blank period, I was better than a lot of people that was around me. The vast majority of the people around me. So I felt like a lot of people hated. And then I also felt like a lot of people hated because I could do both, quote unquote, both styles. I could rap with the backpackers, I could rap with the trap rappers. So you really couldn't put me in a box. I felt a lot of people hate. I felt like I was a big threat. And that's just how I feel. The brands, the movements, anything that I did, I made it a movement. Still to this day, I never really think I got my just due. But it is what it is. What I got is what I got. And obviously that's what it was meant for me to have. I wrote this hook specifically for Misunderstood because I know how she takes a hook. You give her the melody, you give her the words in the melody, and she gonna freak it. She gonna put her spin on it, put her twist on it. And I love it, every time. So she did her thing with this. I just told her I wanted her to mimic Ashanti. When Ashanti did the Rain on Me, I say just do that. And she brought it to life. I'm talking about like no other. And only her, man, she got a unique sound and a unique style that, I really hope she get her just due. The feature on this was Mo Cheddar, like I said, and he was part of the Bars movement. Shout out to Mo Cheddar. I have not spoken to him since he's been incarcerated. I know it's been a lot of back and forth about me and his relationships, but I have not spoken to him, so, there's no bad blood on my end. And, I wish him the best, man. If there's any way I can get in contact with him, any way I can reach out to him, anybody watching, and they want to link us up, please do so. I would love to speak to him. But other than that, hold your head, man. I wish you the very best, bro.
Fourth L's for the luxury. I said the first L's for life, second L's for loving me, the third L's for living, and the fourth L's for the luxury. Now who got gas for sale? 93 on that cabbage, please. I'm rolling up 4 L's. Getting high without flapping wings. I got expensive habits. Royal like your majesty. I'm breaking down 4 L's. Love living life lavishly. Who got gas for sale? 93 on that cabbage, please. I'm rolling up 4 L's. Getting high without flapping wings.
This next record is called 4 L's, Love Living Life Lavishly. This is one of the only records, well, this is the only record aside from the bonus tracks and the intro track that is not a feeling or emotion. I recorded this record initially in Sweden. I re-recorded it when I came home, but the first time I recorded this was in Sweden. This is one of the, I think, matter of fact, this is one of the only songs I recorded for myself in Sweden. I got several records that I don't know what happened to them. Matter of fact, I got 2 records. I got this one, I got one on Peace and Love. But I got several records out there that I don't know what the artist did. I was just slinging verses out because why not? You know what I mean? You in another country, sling as many verses as you can. So I know I got about 8 or 9 verses out there with other artists. But this record right here happened to be mine. No feature on this one. Hytem did the engineering. I yanked the beat off YouTube. I'm not gonna lie. I yanked the beat off of YouTube. So there it is with that. And this is just about living life lavishly. Like I say, when I was out there in Sweden, man, they drink champagne for every meal. They just do it big, man. They just live differently. So it was lavish. Like everything I was doing, from the cruises to the outings to the clubs. We went to this one club, I believe it was called like Burns or Barnes or something like that. Yo, it was so crazy, man. I'm talking about you walk in the club and you can go downstairs or upstairs or to the left or straight. You know what I mean? You go to the left, it's a whole nother club, like bigger than a Norval. It's like a stadium over there. Then you come over here, it's like a dining area. You just dine and just chill and relax. You know what I mean? And then you can go downstairs and there was some other type party, you know, area down there. And on the top, it's like a rooftop. So if you were to come in and go upstairs, you could just chill on the rooftop. That club was insane. So I'm out there living like that. Love living life lavishly. Wrote that ASAP.
You really need to back up off me, man. You really need to back up off me. Need to back up off me. See, dealing with you had me exhausted, but my fears and my tears all gone. And I remember this song. Whether accepted or rejected by my peers, I'm too strong to walk around in fear. Yeah, listen up, cause I'ma say it clear. Yeah, I'm too strong to walk around in fear. Yeah.
This next record called Fear was produced by King David of Diamond Dialect. I don't know what he intended for me to do when he gave me this beat, because if you listen to a lot of his production, it's hard. Like a lot of people that's rapping on his production is going hard. So I did something totally different. And that's usually my mindset, is I want to do something different than what somebody else doing. If I'm featured on a track, I'm analyzing the artist, what you usually do. All right, I'm going left. All right, bet, I'm going to go diagonal. So that's what I did on this. This is about abuse. I'm speaking from the first person of a child getting bullied in school. And I wrote this song with intentions to reach a lot of kids. A teacher asked me, could I write a song to motivate and inspire one of her kids that was getting bullied? And that's why I wrote this. I did not write this in Sweden. I wrote this one back in Virginia. And I believe I wrote this like just about right before I put the project out. This is one of the last songs I wrote. So that's what it is, called Fear. And I'm speaking about, like I say, a child going to school, getting bullied, coming home and finally standing up for herself, you know. Featured on this song is my daughter's mother. I don't know if she want me to shout out her full name, but Shayna, she's featured on this record. So shout out to her. She did background singing on this. Thank you much. Thank you more for my daughter.
Trust issues, trust issues.
Man, I said looking over my shoulder.
Trust issues, trust issues.
Damn, cause I done been caught for my clothes.
Let's go!
A friend could be more dangerous than an enemy. That's right. And that's why I don't have no friends. Won't let you get that close and steal my energy. No way. And that's the way I get it in.
This next record is called Trust. And I have 3 artists on this record. One artist, my brother Q the Governor. We mentioned him before from the Conglomerate. Another artist, Bonnie Love. We were real tight at the time. And another artist, Jay Bray. Now, Jay Bray only did the hook. I had intentions for an artist named Mega to do this hook. His voice is deep, and I just wanted that, you know, a friend can be more dangerous than an enemy. I wanted that. Did my nostrils raised? I wonder if my nostrils raised. I'll play the playback. But yeah, I wanted that. I wanted that deep. But the way Jay Bray did it, I mean, even Mega was like, nah, I think that's right. I don't think I could have done it like that. And once again, you never know till you hear both sounds. But I really, really, really wanted Mega to do that hook and even lay a verse on this record. But it turned out great. This record is called Trust, and that's what it's about. You know, it's about, you know, how your friend can be turned to your enemy. I wrote this verse specifically because I had a friend of mine, without getting into too much detail, a friend of mine chose a specific date in Virginia where people celebrate a certain thing to call the police to my house and say that I robbed them. I wasn't even at home. You know, thank God I got text messages texting my daughter's mom when I was heading over there the night before. I stayed there the whole night. These were crazy times, and I spoke about this on the bonus track, but these were crazy times. These were times where I'm moving around with my pistol every single day, carrying it in my hand while I walk to the car. Some of the threats that were made were crazy. I'm gonna just say, yeah, bad times. That's when I realized a friend can be more dangerous than the enemy. You know, your enemies watch you from the outside, your friends watch you from the inside. You know, this man knew the inside of my house. He knew where I kept certain things. He knew where my daughter slept. He knew. So that's what I wrote the song about.
With this kind of love they showing, man, who needs homies? I love myself, I love my seed. I love the woman that birthed her, that's word to me. I love my family tree and my enemies, even though it's all good though, man.
Title track, All Feelings Aside, was also produced by I Am Will, as well as this record called Love. And this record is about exactly what it's about. I'm pretty sure I wrote this. I know I wrote this after I wrote All Feelings Aside, because my daughter wasn't born when I wrote All Feelings Aside. And she was born when I wrote this, because I mentioned the love you have for your daughter and your child's mother. And I don't think we were together at this time. So, you know, that's love. You know, if you love, you got to love the person that brought your child into this earth. If you love your child, you know, regardless of what y'all go through. Without them, without y'all union and y'all connection, for however long it lasted, your child wouldn't be here. So I'm going to always love her. You know, how much you love your friends when they going through something. You roll your sleeves up and put that work in with them. You know, how much love is in a photo with you and your mom. That's the type of things I was talking about. You know, how much, what is real love, you know? Does it leave you, or do it stand there and work with you? Is it mean to you? You know, they say love is pain. So is it mean? That's what I was talking about on this record. Just real love. What is real love?
Stress, yes, but still nonetheless, I wake up every morning, I'm blessed. I'm just living my life for what's left. Until I meet death, I'ma cherish every last breath. If you feel like I feel, let them know it's real. One time, say it with your chest, I'm blessed.
Next record is called Blessed, and being that I had an artist named Twice Blessed underneath the Bar Squad, it was only right to put him on this record. Once again, he and Mo Cheddar were the two artists that I was mainly focused on pushing, and I wanted to make sure that they had a piece of this project, wherever it may have went, because this is the next project that people from Sweden are watching me release since Peace and Love. So I wanted to make sure he was a part of that. This record for me, talking about how blessed I am despite how much I'm going through. You know, I might not like my job, but I'm getting paid. I got a whole bunch of shoes in my closet. How am I tripping? But it's bigger than that. You know, it's the meals that you get, or the goals that you set. Once again, these are things that I said in the record, man. I'm talking about how I was losing weight. My best friend switched sides on me. Just talking about how blessed I am despite. I'm still coming to these shows smiling and clapping and supporting for people, and just feeling the blessings and giving the blessings, and, you know, trying to be a blessing.
What we have was so special.
We started off wonderful, thought we laid it all out, erased all doubt, so there was nothing to wonderful. I think I gotta keep.
This next record is also produced by I Am Will. Initially wrote this record for Sherelle, Miss Sherelle Atkins. We were dating around 2012, and I remember writing this record sitting on her couch, and scribed the hook for her, gave it to her, she played with it, she sung it, we laid it down. It was dope, great. Like, I actually like that version. That's the first version, so that's kind of the version I fell in love with, right? But me and Lanique used to always show each other love in the club, and we was like, yo, we got to do one, you know what I mean? So I went and got her on this record because the other one needed to be re-recorded anyway. I think we had a hard time getting Sherelle back in the studio. So I redid this with Lanique, and I don't want to say I regret it. I don't really regret it, but I somewhat kind of wish I would have kept Sherelle on it, because Sherelle was also featured on Nothing Like You Rappers, as well as Peace and Love. So this would have been a good look as well. And also for the same reason that I had Mo Cheddar and Twice Blessed up here, you know, for her to get that look. But hopefully, maybe Lanique made some connects off this project, but it was still a dope record and she did her thing. And this record is about making unthought out decisions. Sometimes we in relationships, or, you know, take space or whatever, and it's things that you can work out. But for the most part, some people don't, and then they end up regretting it later on.
Y'all the driving force of why I do this before I'm in a hearse. That's why I'm so dedicated. Swear y'all keep me motivated. Fact is, I
I remember I did this show at the Nova with Jacked, and it was another group there called The Hostel Within. And they showed me so much love, yo. A rock band showing a rap artist this much love. I was the only rap artist on that bill, too. So that meant a lot to me. That was motivational. When I went over to Sweden, and people that I don't know that hardly know English or hardly know what I'm saying in my records, they still like them. People that would come to my shows and they'd be like, yo, I just came to see you perform. I got to get back because the babysitter, I paid the babysitter about an hour, but I saw you perform and I loved it. Things like that. They come to the show wearing your apparel. I mean, it's a bill of 15, 20 artists and you wearing my brand, apparel that's promoting my album. Stuff like that can't be replaced, and that's so motivational. So that's what this record, Motivation, is about. It's about the motivation that people give you to continue, and even the motivation you may be giving people. On this record, it's featuring two lyricists that I highly revere. It's the Concept and Sensei. These dudes are supreme lyricists. These dudes are not to be played with. Please keep their name out of your mouth. Kind of treat them like you would treat me. Definitely treat them like you would treat somebody that you don't want to jump on your head. We all for positivity, man, but we really don't mind at all. But anyway, shout out to them. Check out what they doing. I got their handles right here. You know what I mean? You can check them out. Everybody that's up there, y'all done seen their handles, so get in contact with them, man. Don't be scared. They don't bite. I started the project off with I Am Will, and I ended it. Motivation was also produced by I Am Will. Motivation, Regret, Love, All Feelings Aside, all produced by I Am Will. Fear produced by King Dave. And the rest of them janks, man, bruh, you two got yanked, man. I yanked them off the tube, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. Now let's get into the bonus.
I know some shotters, I know some shotters, I know some shotters, yeah. I know some shotters, I know some shotters, I know some shotters, yeah. 6 to 8 in that revolver, 16 in that handgun, 32 with extended clips, and 100 rounds in my man drum. Let's go. I know some shotters, I know some shotters.
Because I figured with Versatile, that was supposed to be short. That was intended to be short. Had it not been for the creativity and the way I structured that project, I wouldn't even have considered it a project. That would have been a sample pack or an EP or something. Peace and Love was a full body of work. 18 records, remixes, features, intros, spoken word, all of that. This project, it's only 10 records. So I had to hit them with bonus. I had to hit them with 2 bonus joints. Now, one is called Shotters. This features, once again, Mo Cheddar. This also features Vanna Bay and Jay Holmes. Jay Holmes, yeah, from the conglomerate. Vanna Bay, she's from that squad that I told you Jay Holmes was from, SOV. So now it's all sort of making sense, you know what I mean? This was intended to be, it was initially supposed to be myself, Mo Cheddar, Despo, and Glockbar. So on this record, we just G-mixed the Future Fuck Up Some Commas. So you can check that out. It's on SoundCloud. I'll put the link in the description and all of that. But yeah, Shotters was fun. That was a fun record to perform. That's probably the most fun record to perform. I swear, man. That had it, because the build up, the build up was crazy. Mo come in real calm, and then crank up, and when Vanna get out there, Vanna start going crazy then. And I come in, and then Holmes come. It's just, that record is too fun to perform. If I could perform that every show, I would. If I could get them and we perform that every show, to this day, I would. So yeah, we did that, and that's really what it's about. It's about shotters, about having people that will shoot for you or being able to shoot for yourself. And during this time, those are the kind of activities that we were around. So that's what we rapped about. Shotters.
You really think I give a fuck about writing a song when I got demons that I'm dealing with? I'm fighting them all, trying to replace them with angels by righting my wrongs. You really think I give a fuck about keeping the buzz? I got bills doing motherfuckers meeting the bud. Either stay at home or hustle or be seen in the club, and y'all don't see me enough, so I won't be in the club. Fuck it. You really think I give a fuck about music?
My man snitched on me, got detectives in my house.
So the final bonus record about music is me telling you every reason why I could quit rapping, but I can't. ATF running into my house, detectives running into my house, threats on my life, threats on my kids. Like I said, it was just a dark time, you know what I mean? And I distinctly remember everything going on during this time, you know, everything, because I was so alert. I had never been this alert in my life when it comes down to being on the defense. Thank God, you know, I'm blessed, you know, just like the record says, and everything is what it is, man. But yeah, that's what this record was about, you know, like all this stuff I'm going through. You really think I care about music right now? Like, y'all chill out, man. Y'all do something else with your time, man. And as a consumer, like who really cares what Walmart going through, man? You know what I mean? What my great value products, bro? Okay, cool. So what are Oreos? You know what I mean? What a Downy? So eventually I buckled down and went on and, you know, did what I had to do and released the project. But this song got added to it, and I think it was a perfect addition because this was my raw emotion. I laid this song down as soon as I could. I wanted the emotion to be fresh and authentic and raw and pure. So about music, man. This is one of the not most emotional, but emotionally aggressive. You know what I mean? Or aggressively emotional, however you wanted to put it. It's one of the most aggressively emotional songs that I've done. Thank God for all the experiences that allowed me to write it, and thank God for me still being alive and you know, everybody else in a better position. This has been another project breakdown by yours Gluely, Glue Hefner. I appreciate you for sticking with me, the stickiest himself, and for that you are sticky as well. Hey, Law of Attraction is out on all digital streaming platforms. No, I'm just playing. It will be soon though. So for right now, get at me if you need that. But all of my other projects are on digital streaming platforms. And the easiest way to get to them is go to gluehefner.com. Yeah, do that and hit the music section. You can find all the projects that I got, that I've released, singles as well. Yo, next episode coming up, what we gonna get into? I don't know, but stick around and find out. Ow!
State is true, all feelings aside. I'd rather get shot in my eyes before a nigga ever swallow his pride. Somebody on Facebook said, I know I ain't supporting your music, but it's your passion. No quit, bro, continue to do it. I ain't even gonna lie, I ain't even reply, cause if I did, it would have been something rude like this. All feelings aside, but that's, you probably thought that we forfeit. I know you hope, but we quit. No way, we been on it, we still on it.